Today I'm going to be playing Scholar's Mate until I lose. The goal is obvious, it's not to lose. Our first game here, we're starting off with black. Doing Scholar's Mate as black's not the easiest. Obviously gets the knight out early, so can't really get the mate off. I'm just pushing my g-pawn here. I'm not really wanting to do anything. He sacks his knight here for some apparent reason. He brings his queen out early, and then he puts it in this position here. I'll just bring my rook here because it's mostly defended. I kind of forget about the bishop, so he does get this check in there. I'm like, fair enough. But can you guess what move he makes here? That really shocks me. Yep. He sacks his queen off, sacking his knight. So there's game one done. He resigns, obviously.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Alright, game two now. Now we've got the white pieces finally. We start off with our Scholar's Mate, and he defends it here with the knight. There's a trick I know, so you push d3, and now the bishop sees the knight, and once you take, he can't take your bishop back, otherwise you mate him. So yep, he moves his queen to stop mate, and then I still give the check anyway, because it's still a good check to give. And then I'm just going to take his pawn here, and he obviously takes back with the bishop. I think it's his best move here. I take back, we trade our bishops, he brings his rooks here. But then once I put my bishop on f7, his rook is lost. He pushes his pawn, I take his rook, takes back with his king, and then I'm just going to give two checks here, and I'll trade the queens off the board. So I'm going to send this to an endgame. Yeah, so we're going to an endgame here, so obviously we trade queens. I bring my pieces out, and then there's a lot of shuffling pieces around. We trade a few pieces off. I think I lost a rook to a knight, but I'm still winning by a lot here. Just got the pieces off the boards. Now I'm just pushing pawns, getting up the board. I've got a queen on the board, and it's not too far away from mate. He never resigned for some reason, but here we're in mate and one, and there we go. Alright, it's been pretty easy so far, but it's going to get a little bit harder. Alright, coming into game three now, we've got the black pieces again, and once again it's hard to get the Scholar's Mate in black pieces. Most people push their f3 pawn, f3 knight first, and I go for the same strategy here. I'm not trying too hard here. This knight doesn't sack his knight, and we move on a few moves later. Here he sacks his bishop, and I take my queen, because obviously I just take back with my rook, take his queen back with my rook. That's what I meant to say. And then we're just making a few moves here, just trying to kick his knight out and try and develop my pieces. Obviously his knight not going to go anywhere, so yeah, just move my pieces around. My king's still in the center. I probably should have got rid of my king out of the center, but yeah. And here I find a nice little fork. It's not the perfect fork because obviously it's a bishop and a rook, and it's with a knight, so obviously the bishops were the same, but also the knight was hanging if I take the bishop. So yeah, but also I make a little mistake here, thinking about not taking the rook. So I just take the bishop for some reason after he's already moved his knight, and yeah, that was a big mistake. I could have been easily winning if I would have taken his rook. But now we're just shuffling a few of our pieces around, just getting a few things. But then he does this and blunders back rank mate. So it's now game three done and dusted, and that's checkmate. Alright, game four now, back with the white pieces, and we're just going to set up Scholar's Mate. He goes for a Scandinavian, I don't care, I'm going to sack the pawn. I'm not taking this too seriously. He brings his pieces out, I give him a check, bring my queen back, kicks by my bishop to bring it out, brings out his pieces, we trade off our knights in the middle of the board, and now I'm trying to set up something for a little mate. He also does the same thing. I set up my little mating strategy. He just pushes his pawn here to block, I bring my bishop out, kick away his rook. And yeah, it's going alright. I'm going to do some opposite side castling with some pawn pushing, I think is my plan. He really isolates his knight there, which I think is a bad move. And now I'm just going to bring him back, and now he blunders this, which is a very bad move. I'm going to take his pawn here because I don't want to trade queens, and I still can take the rook and still take his knight. And he forgets his queen's hanging, so I take his queen. So yeah, it's been pretty easy these first four games. Obviously a few mistakes on my part, and a little bit of not caring all that much. So yeah, obviously we trade here, then I take his pawn here, and he takes back with the bishop, which hangs his knight. And so he's obviously hanging a lot of pieces, and then he gives a bishop check here. Yeah, fair enough. And then he just pushes another pawn and hangs his rook and resigns.
3, 2, 1, go!
We're coming into game 5 here now. We're back to the black pieces once again. And obviously it's coming hard to get this check scholars and mate with the black pieces, so I'm just trying to bring my queen and bishop as quick as possible without purposely hanging my pieces, and bringing my pieces over to his king side, trying to look for an attack. Developing pieces, but also I think I very struggle to look at my development. This probably is helping me with learning how to develop my pieces in ordinary openings to me. That's what I'd say this challenge is helping with, but I trade off my queens, and now I'm just pushing a few pieces around, and I definitely got put in the back foot here. I reckon he could have been winning this position. I think I'm up a piece though in this position, so it's probably winning by me, but I don't think I enjoyed this position very much. It was very annoying for me, and there was just a lot of being on the back rope here. And I hung my rook here, and he did not notice, and he just moved his bishop away instead of taking my rook, so that was very shocking to me. But yeah, once again, I'm just push my piece back and forward, gives a little check here, just go back where it came from, push my pawn, and now I'm just really trying to beat him on the clock here, because he's really beating me here, so now I've got to beat him. So just trying to go as quick as possible, trying to make as many moves as possible, get the pieces off the board, because obviously I'm a piece up, so I'm just going to try and win. Don't know why I didn't go for the pawn there, but I pick up his pawns and he runs out of time, so I win my 5th game back to the Fortnite dancing, because I'm a dead memer. Alright, and here we come into game 6. So this game I'm terribly unhappy about. As you can see, I got this guy's mate with the white pieces, and I see this little trick here when he brings his knight out, he blocks his queen so I can take his f-bar pawn and attack his rook, and I'm now sleeping and I have my queen. Yeah, I mouse slipped and I hung my queen. That is why I'm losing. I mouse slipped and hung my queen. It's 5 easy games, probably another 6 easy game, and I mouse slip and hang my queen. So yeah, I'm just trying to survive. I'm doing terrible here trying to survive. I probably should have not gone as aggressive as I did, and probably played a little bit smarter and tried to stall them on the clock. And here's when the final blow comes, when he pushes F pawn here, H pawn, sorry, and I just take with my G pawn, just completely exposing my king. He checks with the rook, I take with my rook, he takes that queen, and it's just checkmate.